This is 1,330 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. It should be a schools for Am Yisrael with Torah B'Shivya, because we are losing soldiers every day. Hashem Yazor in the schools of our learning. So we're doing today Yeridei Siman Reish Aleph Kuf Chav Beis Kuf Chav Ches. Kuf Chav Beis. Because Rambam Perkei Din Zayim Saika Sati, let's study. Rambam writes study and push the mud to the side. Mishlu and Shlosh looking in the mikveh, and then 3 lugin merged from the mud into the mikveh. I raise the kosher, it's okay. But if you picked up the mud and held it in your hand, b'dil mikveh mina mikveh litzida, and you separate from the mikveh to the side. Mishlu and Shlosh lugin through 3 lugin merged from it. I will put the apostle Arkan L'Sharon. Is that Mishlu of Perek base? There's a mission in the second paragraph. Since he plucked up the mud from the ground and lifted up. Now, so my blue bow, the water which is absorbed, it becomes kitzlushim as water is separated from the ground. When they fall back in the mikveh. It says nimshchul mikveh. It does the Rambam. He doesn't mean the classic hamshacha, which is the hamshacha on the ground outside the area of the mikveh, but rather just they dump into the mikveh. The hamshacha kosher aruba, because the classic hamshacha on the ground would be kosher up to the roof of the mikveh. Kavan hamshacha mikveh is just plopping it down inside the mikveh. Mecham it's there on one of its sides. Ain't the hamshacha. It's not hamshacha. But do not bring this halacha, but I'm nira. Seems the reasons Neishkos received as well because they wrote the Chonyan Paisel Shlosha looking, 3 looking apostles, no matter what. Ben B'Soicha B'Ksuso, whether you squeeze out your garment, so you shake out from that perforated shower head, or you toss it with your handfuls. This is similar to lifting up the mud, so why do you don't have to be redundant? However, says the demon, but the truth is not a comparison. They actually picked up the actual water. Whereas here in the mud, you picked up mud, so there was water absorbed in it. He didn't have in mind to remove the water, only to remove the mud. Evidence says that Rabbi Shimon there says it's kosher on this account. Rabbi Shimon, it's not Rabbi Shimon. Nevertheless, it's a big chiddush. It's how can needs a reason. It is a big chiddush because it needs a reason. He didn't have a kavanah to remove water, just remove mud. Why should it possible? I have to say, it's like kind of other word lower by mazik here too. Anything which happens by you being apolo kavanah, even when it's on the 10th apostle, is no good. Receive Kuvia Zayin. With Loki Yesh Mishchel was not that like one who argues on this Ayin Sham. But after Yesh no the Bekana Tam came when she Frisha me a mikvah, out she moved line but you could say that here the reason is since he separated from the mikvah, even though initially they were absorbed in the mud, nevertheless he might have a Maisa Rabba, it's a significant Maisa, a social kajuma to make them like drawing water. Nevertheless the Tur should have brought this halacha, it's not clear why not. It says back of it that there's teat kosher shein toivel, but it's not liquefied mud, which you can use to be toivel. This is tough mud. Okay, Kuf Chav Gimel. We Westerners don't know how to distinguish between modern Westerners. Don't know how to distinguish between mud and mud. I'm sure in the Stetels they knew exactly what different kinds of mud there were. Kuf Chav Gimel. Kasab Rambam Perek Vav Din Yirav. The Rambam writes, "Ma'im Shuv Mishuv beside a mikvah. If you have drawn water which is next to the mikvah, Abi Yishamayim Nogiv Mei mikvah. Even though they're touching the mikvah water, lopos you don't pass it. They shouldn't mikvah stomach la mikvah. It's like one mikvah next to another mikvah. Hayushuvim ba'emtza. If the drawn was in the middle, places the mikvah they pass mikvah kan l'shalom. Vatul loivi cloudin said Tur does not bring this halacha. Rabbeinu says if you zayin kosav bekitz of his shon. Basis writes it briefly. Ma'im Shuv Mishuv beside a mikvah. If drawn water would sing next to the mikveh, Abi Shemai Nogim mikveh, even though the water touches the mikveh water, Lo Pasul have not rendered apostle Kalashano. Karmi Mishnah Yud, Perek Vav, Ha'avik Sheba Merchotz. He's going to explain what Avik is in the middle. In the bathhouse of Natshu B'emsa, when it's in the middle, postel. mean, outside, if it's on the side, air post, it doesn't pass ayin sham. V'avi kukli machos meshukam mikvah. It's the it's like it's a metal vessel which is sunk in the mikvah. The mikvah has a hole. It's like a drain. The Sheminiasi may mikvah when beside fields when there's water in the mikvah gets disgusting because so many people tell you that you open that hole in that drain stopper. The water in the mikvah goes out. They bring in new water, nikim, which are clean. They close up the hole that water should not go out. Brackets says that's from the Rav, from the Batnura, Rakosafti, Mikveh, V'Makom Ambati. I wrote about mikveh, not I amended what it says there on bathtub to mikveh. The ambati kshel l'tefillah kamari, because it's talking about anyway a bathtub which is kosher l'tefillah b'shel evan. It's either of stone or mnokevis or it's punctured. The locan otherwise kshel l'tefillah. How could a bathtub be kosher l'tefillah? Ayin sham beduk. Kul chavdal. The beard formed earlier. So showing my explanation is as follows. Even though touching the water sideways, you could be touching 3 lugin. Come kosher. In other words, it's okay. If it wasn't 3 looking, it wouldn't be a chiddush at all. The time the kosher is a kosher, and make a kosher kosano. Like a rope. Mination zel can mikvah samach lemikvah. So I'm making the Jason another mikvah. Klomar came with that pure nikar, which is state volume. Says it's recognized as 2 distinct entities. Ein zel klal psul shlosh lugim. That's not the issue of psul shlosh lugim, which falls into mikvah. Into the mikvah, not side by side. Shlokas Arukh HaShulchan lugim. The only one made a decree on 3 lugim shenaflu, which fell. This shen even needs arvu. Got mixed up ein afresh nika, and the difference is not recognizable. I mean, but if the drawn water is in the middle, having commotion ashum until a mikvah, then it's as if the drawn water is in mikvah. Came which a mikvah makaftom. Mishnei Soil, its mikvah surrounds them on 2 sides. Partially the mikvah the lekar boim saw. Obviously about where the mikvah doesn't have 40 saw. L'chein shlosh lugim posted saw. That's a 3 lug paslet. Wherever it says one can question, we say that when the drawn words in the middle of apostles. It's only by 1 mikvah, and the Mayim Shuvim stand in a vessel in the middle of the mikvah, like the avik, which we spoke about, the drain. Or a few b'shnei mikvos, or if it's in two mikvos, shem b'chlachas are boim saw, neither which has 40 saw. Bein achas kabet sheyesh mikvos shemayim shub, and between one and the other there is a collection of drawn water. Shomedes ben shnei mikvos, the stands between the 2 mikvos. Achas b'shlosh teaches each one b'shlosh lugim nami posel shteim. If it's only 3 lug, it doesn't matter. It can do double duty. You can answer this one and that one because it's touching both of them, right? Near the Chagam, the ample cells. So we're saying this as a apostle. Because both sides, it's a mikvah adjacent to a mikvah, and that's not considered to be a proper chibur. A very longish brackets here. That's the other writes on what the Rambam writes by Avik. The Avik was a kli before it was embedded in the ground. Even though it got connected to the ground, it doesn't get the status, doesn't lose the status of keli to consider it embedded in the ground. It's only made to serve with the ground. It's not butter. To test the porno below lebazbaz tohar. The porno is like a bed, I think. It doesn't have a rim. It's tor. Must be something else. It's made to serve the ground. So reason, obviously serving the ground is a reason to meet tar. It remains difficult. Because most themselves. They have metal pipes and which connect to the ground. They are like the ground. Like we wrote in the Simon. Seems like Alf. It's not difficult. Connecting the ground negates tuma. That's still not going to work for kli mikveh. So I can engrave it and then embedded it. The place was a mikveh with the apostle mikveh. The something was haki perusha. The something was means like this. Shavik lo nase b'chulei. Avik was not made connected to the ground. If they made the stopper in the ground like a pipe, which they embedded it, and then they carved it, it would be good. It's not made in the ground. El nasim yikoyim made separately. That was the vessel yishamish imakarka. It helps to use the land. L'chein bas mikvah therefore passes by mikvah. Okay. Yeah, it's not connected to the ground. Not but the ground. Kuf chav hey. Shtei mikvahs u'mazu. Two mikvahs one above each other. The top one is full of kosher water, but bar by himself doesn't have 40 saw. In the middle one is filled of puzzle, drawn water. And there's a hole in the water in the wall between the two of them. Water can go from one to the other. If the hole is broad and long, in the shear, where 3 lugin could enter, then the upper mikvah is puzzle. Because we consider then the water in the middle of the hole, that was the opposite of the hole, as mayim shuvim, inside the elyon, or the higher one. Emsa paisel, mayim shuvim be'emsa elyon, be'emsa. Certainly it's true that the top one is possible, the bottom is kosher. In the Mishnah, looking how big does the it have to be in order to be 3 lugin, which were connected to the mikvah. Echad mean shin chaf l'shir mikvah, 1/320 of the shir mikvah. Shir mikvah tatkas lugin. The shir mikvah is 960 log. Says brackets. I am as a perish nechma la gra belio rabba sham. Gra had something significant to say. Kuf chabav. Shtei mikvahs. You 2 mikvahs. Ein ben kol achas me'arbaim. So neither one has 40. So each one fell a lugan half mayim shuvim. Both mikvahs got mixed up. Reish Tank Sharon, they're both kosher. Each one was never called apostle. When they got mixed up, whoever was shown before is nullified. Above the Shmam, they lost their name. There was a chum in the other direction. One mikvah does not have 40 saw, in which you have 3 lugim ma'ashuv fell. Even though later on you divide the mikvah in 2. The rebound achas and mayim, you add much more kosher water in each one. They're both puzzle. They should find ikra shame psul. It's the same name of psul. They only have takana by draining it out. Kosher is bar. Ein bar by himself shavat holosh lugim shuvim. Ein mikvah doesn't have 40 saw. At the time the 3 lugim ma'ashuv falls into it, I feel nishbach. B'tocha elef sin mei mayan, even if 1,000 sin mei mayan pour into it, or meretz b'psula achiach short. So it's possible until they are machshirim. K'mishis bar says the shmayos bisha li. See. Kuvach asayin kach shunu chachayim mikvah by Mishnah. So the Mishnah. Kol mikvah shem bar b'im saw any mikvah doesn't have 40 saw. Naflu b'zeh naflu b'ash lugin 3 lugin found it. Lo lamur b'psula. It's considered to be possible chasing men and blue amod until the total volume of the mikvah and a little bit more was taken away. You have to take out the water was there initially. When the 3 lug fell into it, a little bit more. So lugin also be choser. Obviously, takon d'rabbanan. Mikvah show you chavsa. Mikvah 40 should only had 20 saw so far. Now the 3 lugin of shumim fell into it. And afterwards came full of rainwater. Doesn't matter. Still possible. They say same shit, but until you the 20 sin which were there originally are gone. You'll say a little bit more. Might have to the Mishnah 3 lug. Chenim also mikvah shaborim sa mayim shem. So they made a mikvah 40 so kosher water samachla next to it. If you ever have a mikvah, you connected to the mikvah, and a mikvah psula, connected to the mikvah, which is possible. Go to chibram nekvah shavsar node, like it made a hole between them, the size of the shavsar node. Koshkin shasila kadoivish b'neim yisar yachal. So if you remove the wall between them, everything got mixed together. That's okay. That's what we learned there. Hoshianu chutzer boim saw. You can put the chutzer 40 saw. Vitaro the only man tachlaim. The upper ones be tar from the bottom ones. I sham. Kenin shich mayin kosher mikvah psul. Also, if you draw shunted any bit of a spring into that mikvah apostle, but nita ruah shuvin no longer is a psul shuvin of drawing water. And the back begins here for Rambam Perakei by Shulchan Aruch Chavav Shinu Lashon Mishnah. They changed Lashon Mishnah. Shkasu v'irvu elu elu. They made an agreement between the two two people on the same level. Lokas will yanim tach two people. They it's Eluim Elu means the chulin and the shuvin and non-shuvin. Below Kasvel, you're talking why right the lower and the higher. The Zelman say Gurasik, because that's between the Manamar holds Gurasik that was above the mikveh comes into the mikveh. Banalo Kaimla or because the mikveh goes up above the mikveh. Banalo Kaimla came. Discussed it yesterday. So don't hold away much because the mission base. Yes, I intend you have to show him beduk. Kuchav ches. That was said over there. Boshim only maim shuvim. If you have a well which is full of drawn water, and a irrigation ditch comes into it and out of it. So it's considered possible. Actually, so you figure out there can't be that 3 luchim of the original batch are still there. They also write this. It's not about like a rivulet which comes from a spring. That mine the spring is matara mayim shuvim koshkasando. El amasmai should make sure it's about rather a water supply of rainwater. Should mean ezim mokum. They come somewhere. They go put them into the bore. The guy in Bahama Arbim saw. Behema, whatever. It means in the mikvah, it's in 40 saw. You Arbim saw. Haisim Materis, it's a shuvim, 140 saw. It would retire the shuvim, but even though they're not technically shuvim, since it's Mexican shuvim. So therefore, no, I don't know what I was about to say. But anyway, he says this whole issue of the water remain possible is only if it didn't have 40 saw. If it had 40 saw, it was matar, it would be matar the shuvin, as we said.